Welcome back. Let's go to the lean, serene, producing machine that is Dusty. Uh-oh. Somebody's not happy. Look at you in that big, fancy control room.
Yeah, you want to see it?
Yeah, please.
Do I look better in this control room?
Can you look any better than you already do without?
No, I'm not going to tell the audience
exceeding the limits.
All right, let's
get
to there she is. Let's get to Kate.
You can't show her on TV, by the way.
Well, we just did. Let's get to Kate in Toledo, Ohio.
Kate,
Hi,
Toledo, Ohio. What's your question?
Yes, sir. First, I want to tell you that I'm praying for the safe return of the sub. But I would like to know what you feel about the family and the corporation of these billionaires. Do you think they plan to pay and reimburse the American taxpayer who lives basically paycheck to paycheck for the millions of dollars we spent on their rescue?
Look, I think money is the least of the concerns of the people trapped in that sub or their families. And to be honest, I think the cost of the rescue is the least of our collective concerns as well. I get why you're saying what you're saying, and you're not wrong to be frustrated and even angry about who gets spent on what by our government. But I'll tell you what, you should do a quick Google search about how much money we give every year to run the House of Representatives and what they spend it on. All the perks that they get that you have no idea about. If we want to start cutting costs, there are plenty of places to start before we start with life-saving measures to try to grab people who are stuck at the bottom of the sea. Next.
Next, we have Patrick from Indiana.
Patrick from Indiana, how you doing? What's your question?
Not too bad, Chris. Thanks. This question I hope you can ask for Bill the next time you talk to him. Do you believe that the members of Congress and the executive branch should be fined or censured for lying to other members of Congress, such as the examples of fraudulent claims of the 2020 election being stolen, or the whole thing about George Santos?
Hey,
and
listen.
Should there be laws?
Listen, you don't have to categorize it. Keep it general. That's what I was saying with Bill. I don't know if you were listening about what I didn't like about the Republicans who moved over their vote to censure Schiff. If you want to censure him, go ahead. Nobody cares anyway anymore. They should. You should, but we don't. But they only switched their votes. They were against the censure once they removed the fine provision because they wanted to fine Schiff if they could find out or discover that he had lied about advancing the Russia probe. I think they should be fined if they lie about what matters to you. I think they should, whether it's the Russia probe, whether it's Santos, whatever it is. I think we should up the stakes on them. And I think it's pathetic that they only went in favor of censure once they knew it would be free if it ever happened to them. Pathetic. But you don't have to just look at one side. Have it for everybody. If you lie, you should pay. Why not? Right? Why not? Next.
Indiana, back in the house. Kathy.
Yes.
Heartland. Kathy, what do you got?
I want to know why Hunter Biden, shouldn't be held to account for what he did, just like normal, regular people. Because I have a son that's facing 10 years in prison because he answered a question wrong on a form. But he gets a plea deal and gets off. How's that fair?
One, I'm sorry for what your family's going through with your son, and I hope you find a way through it. Two, Hunter Biden, just like everybody else, absolutely should be held to account for his actions. Three, my point is, I'm not trying to protect Hunter Biden. I'm saying if you look at the charges that they've put together after 5 years, you will have a hard time finding lots of people who get prosecuted for this. And there are lots of people who don't pay their taxes on time, which is what he did.
Right.
And it may be illegal, but I'm telling you, they almost always deal with it civilly and with a fine. I'm not saying he's getting a pass, and I'm not saying he should get a pass. I'm saying if he did something wrong, he could do it. But I'm telling you, I don't like the way this looks. And I feel like that whether it's an R or a D. I don't care. I don't think our politics should be about prosecuting your opponents. All right? I got 20 seconds left here. Dusty is in the new control room. NewsNation has built one of the most beautiful studios I've ever been around. And as you know, they call me a journeyman. So I've been to lots of news places. But of course, everything looks good with Dusty in it. Have a great night. Dan Abrams is next. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.